If you rely on Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, today's update is especially important for you. Many seniors and people with disabilities have been hearing talk about extra payments, bonus increases, and possible relief at a time when everyday costs continue to rise. Rent, groceries, utilities, and medical expenses are taking a bigger bite out of monthly checks, and even small changes in benefits can make a real difference. In this video, we are going to walk through the latest information step by step in clear and simple language so you can understand what is happening, what is being discussed, and how it may affect your income now and in the months ahead. Let's start by talking about what people mean when they hear about a 10% extra payment or a bonus for Social Security, SSI, or SSDI recipients. This phrase can be confusing, and it is important to separate confirmed changes from proposals, adjustments, and temporary relief measures. Social Security benefits do not usually increase through one-time bonuses. Instead, most increases come through cost of living adjustments, often called COLAs, or through targeted relief programs that may apply only to certain groups. When you hear about a 10% increase, it is often tied to discussions about inflation relief, temporary supplements, or recalculations related to delayed or underpaid benefits. SSI, which stands for Supplemental Security Income, is designed to help people with limited income and resources, including seniors age 65 and older and people with disabilities. SSDI, or Social Security Disability Insurance, is based on work history and payroll contributions. While both programs are managed by Social Security, they follow different rules, payment amounts, and eligibility requirements. Any change or adjustment can affect these programs differently, which is why it is so important to understand which program you are on. In recent months, lawmakers and policy experts have been openly discussing how inflation has affected fixed-income households. Seniors and people with disabilities often feel the pressure first because their income does not rise automatically when prices go up. Housing costs, food prices, insurance premiums, and prescription drugs have all increased faster than many expected. As a result, there has been renewed attention on whether current benefit levels are enough to meet basic needs. This is where the conversation about additional payments or percentage-based increases comes from. When people talk about a possible 10% boost, they are often referring to one of three things. The first is a larger than usual cost of living adjustment, either already applied or discussed for a future year. The second is a temporary supplemental payment meant to provide short-term relief, similar to past stimulus-style support. The third is a correction or recalculation for individuals who were previously underpaid due to processing delays, income reporting issues, or rule changes. Each of these situations is very different, and not everyone would qualify in the same way. For SSI recipients, even a modest percentage increase can be meaningful. SSI payments are already lower than standard Social Security retirement benefits, so any adjustment is closely watched. In some cases, changes to income exclusions or benefit calculations can result in slightly higher monthly payments without being labeled as a bonus. These changes may feel like a raise, but they come from technical adjustments rather than a new program. For SSDI recipients, updates often depend on broader Social Security changes, including cost of living adjustments that apply across the board. SSDI beneficiaries are also affected by Medicare premiums, which can rise each year. When premiums increase, they can reduce the net amount a person actually receives. Discussions about extra payments sometimes include the idea of offsetting these rising costs so beneficiaries do not fall behind. It is also important to understand that Social Security benefits are paid on a schedule based on birth dates and program type. Any additional payment, whether temporary or permanent, usually follows that same schedule. This means there is rarely a single day when everyone receives extra money at once. Instead, payments are spread out over weeks, and some people may see changes earlier than others. Another source of confusion comes from the way information spreads. Headlines and social media posts often simplify complex policy discussions into short phrases like 10% bonus or extra checks coming. While these phrases get attention, they do not always tell the full story. That is why it is so important to focus on confirmed details from official updates rather than rumors or assumptions. Right now, what is clear is that policymakers are under pressure to address the financial strain facing seniors and people with disabilities. There is widespread recognition that fixed incomes are being stretched thin. Whether this leads to a temporary supplement, a recalculation of benefits, or future increases through the cost of living process is still being discussed. What matters most for you is understanding how to stay informed and prepared. One practical step you can take is to regularly review your benefit statements and payment history. This helps you notice any changes, increases, or corrections as soon as they happen. It also allows you to spot errors early, which can prevent long delays in resolving issues. Many underpayments are discovered simply because beneficiaries took the time to check their records carefully. It is also wise to keep your personal information up to date. Changes in income, living arrangements, or marital status can affect SSI eligibility and payment amounts. Reporting these changes promptly helps ensure your benefits are calculated correctly. Delays or mistakes in reporting can sometimes result in overpayments or underpayments, both of which can create stress later on. As we move into the next part of this discussion, we will take a closer look at how potential increases or adjustments could affect your monthly budget, what to watch for in official announcements, and how to protect yourself from misinformation. Understanding these details can help you make better decisions and feel more confident about your financial future. Now that we have covered the background and clarified what people mean when they talk about extra payments or percentage-based increases, let's focus on what this could realistically mean for you and how to navigate the months ahead with confidence. Whether you receive SSI, SSDI, or another form of Social Security benefit, the key is to understand how changes are applied and how they show up in your actual payment. If a larger cost of living adjustment is applied, it typically becomes part of your regular monthly benefit. This means your check increases slightly each month rather than arriving as a one-time payment. Over the course of a year, even a small percentage increase can add up and help cover rising expenses. However, it is important to remember that increases can be partially offset by higher Medicare premiums or other deductions. Looking at your net payment, not just the gross amount, gives you a more accurate picture of how much you actually have to spend. In the case of a temporary supplemental payment, the situation is different. These payments are usually designed to provide short-term relief and may not repeat. They can help with urgent needs such as overdue bills, medical costs, or essential repairs, but they should not be relied on as ongoing income. Planning carefully for how to use a one-time payment can help you get the most benefit from it. For those who receive back pay or corrections due to underpayments, the experience can feel like receiving a bonus. These payments often result from administrative reviews, appeals, or updated eligibility decisions. While they can provide welcome relief, they also highlight the importance of staying engaged with your benefits and following up when something does not seem right. It is also worth discussing how these changes affect couples and households where more than one person receives benefits. SSI payments, in particular, are sensitive to household income and resources. An increase in one person's benefit can sometimes affect another person's eligibility or payment amount. Understanding how household rules work can help prevent surprises. Another important consideration is taxes. While SSI benefits are not taxable, some Social Security and SSDI benefits can be subject to federal taxes, depending on your total income. An increase in benefits, even a modest one, could affect your tax situation if you are near the income threshold. Planning ahead and setting aside a small portion of increased income if possible can help avoid problems later. Staying informed is one of the most powerful tools you have. Official announcements, benefit notices, and payment statements provide the most reliable information. While it is natural to feel hopeful when hearing about potential increases, it is just as important to wait for confirmation before making financial decisions. Acting on unverified information can lead to disappointment or unnecessary stress. Protecting yourself from misinformation is especially important right now. Scammers often target seniors and people with disabilities by claiming they can help unlock bonus payments or speed up benefits. Remember that legitimate agencies do not charge fees to increase your Social Security benefits. If someone asks for payment or personal information in exchange for a supposed bonus, that is a strong warning sign. On a practical level, using any increase wisely can make a meaningful difference. Prioritizing essentials such as housing, food, utilities, and healthcare helps stabilize your financial situation. If there is room in your budget, even a small emergency fund can provide peace of mind. The goal is not just to get through the current month, but to build a bit more security over time. It is also helpful to think about how benefit changes fit into your overall financial picture. Social Security, SSI, and SSDI are often just one part of a household's income. Other sources, such as pensions, savings, or assistance programs, may interact with your benefits. Understanding these interactions can help you make better decisions and avoid unintended consequences. As discussions about benefit adequacy continue, it is clear that the voices of seniors and people with disabilities matter. Staying informed, asking questions, and understanding your rights all contribute to a stronger position. While not every proposal becomes reality, awareness ensures you are ready to respond when changes do occur. To close, let's summarize what you have learned today. Talk of a 10% extra payment or bonus reflects broader concerns about rising costs and the need for stronger support for those on fixed incomes. While increases usually come through cost of living adjustments, temporary supplements or payment corrections can also occur. Not everyone will be affected in the same way, and understanding your specific program is essential. By reviewing your payments, keeping your information current, and relying on confirmed updates, you protect yourself and make the most of any changes that come your way. Staying calm, informed, and proactive is the best approach. These benefits are meant to provide stability and dignity, and knowing how they work helps ensure they serve that purpose. Thank you for taking the time to stay informed. What you have learned today can help you navigate Social Security, SSI, and SSDI with greater confidence and clarity. Staying aware of updates and understanding how they affect your income is one of the most important steps you can take to protect your financial well-being now and in the future.